the size and difficulty level of your goal matters. It can't be such a tiny goal that you don't have any motivation towards it. It has to be something significant. There is a positive linear relationship between the difficulty of a goal and your tendency to want to take the steps that get you closer to that goal or to achieving that goal. This is Andrea, Exercise Therapy with Andrea Bowden, MS, Strategic Health Coaching for people who are tired of quitting. These Motivation Monday tips are intended to get you consistently up off the couch and in the gym. When you're setting goals, the size of the goal is very important. The way that I can explain this, music is usually a very easy way to explain these things, and then we're going to transfer it over into the fitness world. But you think of if your goal was to play Mary Had a Little Lamb or Chopsticks, you're not very motivated to go in and keep practicing the piano. But if your goal was to learn like Chopin's whatever symphony, then you're going to take the steps necessary to achieve the goal. By the time you've achieved that goal, there has to be this feeling in your head that in the future, when I achieve that, there's going to be some sort of satisfaction in the end. So when we're thinking about like a fitness goal or something like that, or well, a fitness goal, which would be what we're talking about, there are a lot of things you can learn in order to get there. A lot of people say they want to be leaner, they have to lose weight or whatever. There are so many factors in that happening. It's not nothing. You do need to learn stuff about your body. There's a lot of misinformation that has been spread by the propaganda on through these various agencies that we've been trusting all these years. And now you have to relearn all these things. I always like to use the example, for example, that Cheerios lowers your blood pressure or your something like that. So if you can believe that actually used to be a thing, that they were able to legally do that, now you know you can't trust these people. Anyway, that was a side note. So now you have to relearn all these things about how you're going to get yourself in great shape. So there are things like, what type of food do I eat? How much do I eat? When do I eat? Things like that. Does it matter if I have grass fed? Does it matter if I have organic or things like that? Yes, it does. And then also the type of lifting. Do I lift heavy weights? Do I go for a run? Those kind of things. There's all kinds of things that you learn about your body that you need to be willing to engage in, because that is part of the size of the goal or the difficulty of the goal. I'm not saying like the size of the goal in terms of I have to lose 150 pounds, which could be part of it, but it's like, what I have to learn is the size of the goal has to do with, I have so much to learn in order to make my body perform the way that I want it to perform, because it's not, of course, about weight loss. You don't make decisions based on data. You make decisions based on how that data makes you feel. So if you really want to attain a certain physique, for example, there has to be a reason for it, which is, I guess, another topic. But anyway, the size of the goal matters because, again, there has to be some level of satisfaction towards the end. Let's say you have set a goal to lose 150 or 20 or whatever, and then you've achieved that, and you go, guess what I learned? I learned that I need to eat a certain amount of protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight, for example, and I've learned how to do that. And then I've learned how to keep processed foods to a minimum. I have learned things about my cholesterol, and I have learned things about what other things about the insulin levels, things like that about myself. I've learned how my heart rate behaves for certain things. So there's so much you can learn about yourself while you're in this process, and there is a feeling of satisfaction having learned that and accomplished that. So again, the size of the goal, meaning the level of performance or the things that you're going to get through and accomplish when you get there. Okay, I hope that helps. This is Andrea, Exercise Therapy with Andrea Bowden, strategic health coaching for people who are tired of quitting. Thank you for joining me.